Well, hello. Happy Thursday. And it sounds like my mic is working. I love it. I love it when stuff works. When you produce your own show, you've just got to make sure all that stuff is working order. And it is. I'm the producer, the director, the candlestick maker. I am everybody and everything. And you know what I did? I've been rushing around trying to get ready for this, and I did not grab myself any water at all. So hang on one second while I go get a water so I can crinkle my plastic thing in the mic. All right. And we got water, which I will not crinkle in your ear, but then I will unmute my mic instead of talking with my mic muted the whole time. So hang on. I'm pouring, so I don't think I need to mute the mic to pour, but and there we go. The cycle completed successfully. I got water, did not crinkle the mic in your ear, and turned my mic back on. Oh my goodness. What's I did all of that. Are you proud of me? You should be. Oh my goodness. What is going on? What's that? What? I didn't crinkle the mic. You are correct, Cat. Thank you. Yes. So what is going on? We had some I don't know if you guys saw this today. Maybe you did. I'm very proud. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Woo-hoo. All right, let's get into it. SpaceX. They had a kind of a half and half day, I would say. I mean, it was successful, and then it wasn't as successful. So let me share this. Yeah, I know, right? All right, so Starship flight number 7 happened today. So here we are, T minus 21 seconds. We'll just kind of watch the thing because it's only, I guess it's like 8 minutes or so, but we'll kind of keep it on here and then we'll pause it and go.
6, 5.
So there's the water starting. You see the water splash starting. Now this thing is 400 feet tall. This is over a football field of rocket and spacecraft. So the booster stage is like 226 feet, and then the rest of it's like just under 200.
4, 3.
So this is a huge,
2,
huge thing.
1.
There we have ignition.
We have liftoff.
And liftoff. Amazing that we can put that much mass into space.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
And it doesn't look real, does it? It does not look real. You see all the engines firing off there. Okay, so...
All right, we're more than 30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33 out of 33 engines as it's pitching downrange.
Got the pops and cracks happening afterwards. People are... Okay, so right there on the very left part of the screen, right here. Do you see this? That, I think, is critical. That is a very critical piece. Now, can I go back? Yes. Okay, so We go back 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay, we're at 39 after launch.
3 engines as it's
40.
pitching downrange.
Okay, you can see it flopping. You can see it flopping a little bit right there. Now, is this the reason why what happens later happens? I don't know, but I think it might be. It's something.
All right, we're more than 30 seconds into flight. Telemetry showing 33
All right,
out of
so
33
we got
engines as it's pitching
floppy,
downrange.
flopping, flopping,
Booster
flopping,
avionics power and telemetry
peel, peeling. Okay.
Hearing good call outs on the ship and booster.
All right, so we got
avionics.
this
Just heard the
flopping
rumble hit
here
us
in the
about 6
wind.
miles away. Watch
Pretty
the
soon not
Starship
to be any
arc into
wind.
just endless blue skies right now.
Okay, so we're a minute into launch.
Supersonic.
More than a minute into flight, the vehicle's supersonic.
Okay, so now we keep an eye over here on the right side. So the telemetry that you're looking at down here. All right, so max Q, what they just said is max Q. That is the max physical pressure basically on the rocket. It's like, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a physicist. I'm just picking this up. But max Q is like basically where all the most physical forces that you're going to have on the space vehicle is at max Q.
So we just passed through max Q. That's the greatest stress the vehicle's going to experience on the way uphill.
So you can see we're still got a little
Reminder
floppy
that all of
area
our
there.
Teams down here on the ground are now looking at systems on the tower. They just did a manual check through. That's going to inform that manual flight director's decision.
There's a different view of it.
Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck of a light show.
What a gorgeous ascent.
6 ship engines getting ready to ignite. That's going to happen while we're still attached.
So hot staging, and what, like he said, so if you see over here on the right, there's a couple circles that you can see. And I don't know if we can get rid of can't really get rid of this thing yet until I hit play. But there's some circles over here, and that's the actual spaceship's engines. This is the booster engines over here on the left. Over here on the right is the spaceship engines. And those things are going to ignite while this thing is still attached. Hot staging is what they're calling it.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
So over here you see the right circles on the right. They're all kind of blacked out, so you can't really see
A
them.
little under 30 seconds away from that. We are hearing
So
good
we're at
call-outs
46
on the
kilometer.
tower preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder, though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself. But as of right now, our manual checks and our manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster engine cutoff.
That is incredible news.
All right, booster engine cut off. They cut off the engines. You got the
engine
3
cutoff.
engines.
Most engines cut off down to those
Stage
middle 3.
separation.
All right, so that all happened like at the same time. You notice that it's like they cut off all but the 3 middle engines. Then they start up the spaceship engines. Then they cut off before they separate, and then they start up some of the other engines. So it looks like on this one, 12 of the 13. So they start out everything but the outside ring to kind of get it oriented back towards where they need to land the booster. So you see 12 of the 13 started up, all 6 of the spaceship's engines. Now, okay, so we've got spaceship on the left, and no, we have booster on the left, and we have spaceship on the right. This is Starship on the right. So this is the orbital vehicle. So the booster is now headed back to Earth, and we've got
All right, hot stage confirmed.
we're at 75 kilometers. We are getting up to close to 5,000 kilometers an hour. As you can see that the speed is
It's great over
speed
here.
is
You can
coming
hear the
down
crowd
on
screaming for
the
every milestone.
booster.
The booster is now making its way back
So you see those boosters, the engines are still going, right? They're
down to
still
Earth.
going while they're coming
Looks like
down.
we have 12 of those 13
And it's actually,
engines, ignited.
oh, it's slowing down because it was still going up.
We're using the engines that actually gimbal.
We
So
are go for
Now-
booster return.
There we
an
go. We've
excellent
stopped.
Call out there. We are go for booster
Ship
return.
avionics, power and telemetry
We're
nominal.
still going up
There's
just
a
a
lot of
little bit, but
criteria
it
that needed to
should
line
start
up
coming
to
back
ensure that we could
down.
have a
Boost
safe,
back burn shutdown.
booster
Boost
catch. It
back
sounds
burn
like we got a go for
shutdown.
that.
We're at 90 kilometers.
And there
We're
you
at
can see on the
97.
screen, we had we just jettisoned the hot stage, and there's a great, excellent.
Oh, look at
view.
that. That is a neat view right there. So this was the hot stage, they're calling it. So I guess this is what protects the booster from the other thing when they fire up those engines.
View there of the hot stage floating
That's cool.
away from the super heavy booster.
Okay, so we're at 102 kilometers. Now the booster is still at
Now we've
91
shut
kilometers.
down the engines for that boost back burn.
Now
That
it's down,
confirms boost back
90.
burn is now complete. That was the first of 2
We're
burns
still
required
growing up
for
on
the
speed
vehicle
on
to make
the
its way back down to Earth.
vehicle.
And next
So the
coming up
vehicle's
will be
still
the landing
climbing. It's
burn. That's going to be
107
13
kilometers.
Of those center engines igniting again, and that will then go down.
And then after
to
this,
from
we'll kind of
13
look, because I mean, this has been a couple of days. What's up, Hetty? We've had a couple of cool space days. I'm just telling you, there's been a couple of cool
down
days
to
in
3
space, and we'll
engines
show the
just
next
right
one.
before we touch down.
The Bezos Blue Origin rocket, I call it the Amazon rocket. It was delayed, of course, because it's the Amazon rocket, but it finally made it. It finally shipped from the warehouse, and the Amazon rocket actually made it out of the warehouse and into
That
space.
booster
We'll
catch.
check that out in a little bit.
Now, reminder, our stage
First, we
one
got
objectives
SpaceX. So,
are
okay, so
to
we've
have
got
a controlled
on the
ascent,
left, we got the booster. On the
stage
right,
separation,
we've
as
got the
well as a
ship. This
controlled
is the
boost back
ship.
burn and hot stage,
It's still growing up
as
in
well. So
speed.
we're
The
looking good
engines
for
are
that so
still
far. Some great
firing.
views there
We're
from
at
the ship of Earth.
115
That was
kilometers altitude, so we're climbing into space.
Now, Starship's ship.
And
is
you've got,
still
now we're coming down
firing its
70,
engines right now.
we're at 70 kilometers. See, we're
And
picking
great
up a lot of
callouts.
speed too.
Starship trajectory is nominal. You can follow along the telemetry, the altitude.
Picking up
in the bottom
speed. All right,
left-hand
I'll be
corner
right back.
For the super heavy booster, as well as the bottom right-hand corner for the ship. And these views are just amazing.
All right, here we go. Oh, look at that.
Again,
That
the
is a
booster
cool
is
view.
currently making its way back to the tower.
So we're climbing still on the right.
Looking
So
forward
keep an
to
eye on the
a
right
booster
side too.
catch with the
I'll
chopsticks.
point out some stuff that's coming up here on the
In
right side
meantime,
too.
You can see
'Cause
those
this is the
griffins
vehicle.
there
The right side is the vehicle. The left
helping
side is
to
the booster.
Control the vehicle and guide it back to its landing.
So look at
site.
that. We're 4,000 kilometers an hour.
Now with that, we're going to
We're coming down. We're at 28, 27, 26. I mean, now we're really kicking back down. Okay, so
You know,
now we're slowing down.
Dan had to take that entire segment because I couldn't talk. That was
There,
incredible.
there it is.
We can
So
see
there
the
we go,
booster
slowing
coming back
down,
in
slowing
now
down the
through
booster.
The plume. At least it looks that way to us.
We're up to
It's incredible that it
11,000
basically
miles per
returns.
hour on
It looks like
the.
a speeding, just like
on-
this
chamber pressure's
silver
nominal.
flare.
Now this is just. I mean, we're. This is so cool. This is one of the coolest things that has been done. I mean, space wise, this is just.
Coming back.
What's
to
coming up here is just absolutely amazing.
once again, we are standing by for.
See, we're slowing. It's slowing down. So it's,
attempting
and I think a lot of it is just the angle, because it's coming down at an angle like this instead of straight down like this. It's more of an angle, so it's actually naturally
to catch the
kind of
booster
slowing
at the
down.
tower. This would be the second.
And then there
tower
we
catch.
go.
Landing
We've
burn.
got all of the engines fired and
13
all of them.
engines.
So we had 12. Remember, we had 12 before that started up. Look how fast that thing dropped. Look at that. We're at 1,348 kilometers an hour, 2 kilometers above the Earth. and those rockets come on and it slows
The
down.
booster at the
Look
tower.
at this.
This would be the
I
second
mean, it's slowing down
tower
there, but
catch.
all of a sudden it's just like, whap.
13 engines.
Now we're down to 200 and slowing,
Booster
slowing,
now hovering as it
slowing.
aligns with the tower for catch.
Booster
This is just so amazing. What is the optimal angle? I'm not sure. I mean, you obviously don't want it pointed straight like this because it's going to be hard to slow down. And so what their thought is if they have more of a slanted angle or not so steep an angle of attack, that it'll naturally slow down. But it's still cruising at 1,400 kilometers an hour, so it's still kicking. But as soon as you fire up those engines, man, that thing is it's immediately slowed. And look at that, 150.
Hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
This is just the coolest thing.
coming in. Get
Down
ready
to-
for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
And then just set in the cradle. Oh, man. All right, let's go back and see that again. That's just too cool.
Get
Down
ready
to-
for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
And I think actually you can see the angle right here. I just noticed that too. Check that out. All right, let's go back like 30 seconds here. So there's your angle right there. Your angle of attack is right there.
Looks like a speeding, just like
Ship
this
rupture chamber pressure is
silver
nominal.
So you see your
flare,
angle is
coming back to
probably
once again,
45
we are
degrees
standing by
there.
for attempting to catch the booster.
See it.
Then we
13
fire the engines. Then it's down to 3 engines.
Booster now hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
And that's 200. That's a 2-story building that they're catching on this thing.
Get
Down
ready
to-
for that boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
I love the sound of the people in the back too. That's crazy. Okay, so we got a catch. We got a clean catch. The first time they caught it, there was a lot of residual fire on the bottom, enough that it scorched. It damaged some of the Raptor engines on the bottom of it. As you notice on this one, the fire went out pretty quickly. Like they got the fire out right away. Like there's a little bit of smoke right there, and then so that is most likely some kind of fire suppression system that they put in to cool that down like
You
pretty
heard
quickly.
it here. Vexilla has caught the booster.
Oh, it's
Once
so
again,
amazing.
For the second time, a successful catch by the launch
Oh yeah, this
tower.
is the second time. So
same
okay,
tower
so
the
let's
launch
keep an
pad
eye. All right,
was.
let's keep an eye. We're at 16,370 kilometers an hour on the vehicle. We're at 139 kilometers altitude. So it is in space. The vehicle, the Starship, is in space at this point.
That booster.
So let's
took off from
watch
just 7.5
what happens.
minutes ago.
So
Great
there
view
is the
from the
Bullseye.
chopstick arms, looking at those
Still
hypersonic
kinda
grid fins
just
that steer the
the
booster
grid fins.
for that
I mean, you can see
precision
it's
landing.
kind of wobbling still. I mean, it was going 1,400 kilometers an hour, so it's pretty okay. But we have our first sign of an issue. And let me go back 5 seconds. Okay, we're at 7:39 into the flight. We have 6 engines running on the vehicle. Watch this engine right there.
the booster for that
And it's
precision
out.
landing.
Right at 7:39, actually, right at 7:40. So we'll go back to 7:36. Watch this.
At those hypersonic grid fins that steer the booster for that
Boom.
precision.
Okay, now you've lost that engine. Okay, so you've got all of these engines firing at the, you know, all of them are working at the same time, right? So one of them goes out. It's keeping on its trajectory. Now you've lost one of these engines, so your trajectory is going to change. You're going to have a different trajectory after you lose an engine like this. So let's keep going. So we've lost an engine on Starship. I keep saying we. I have nothing to do with this now, by the way. It's Starship lost an engine.
See just how small that catch.
I say we in the colloquial we, as the us involved in watching this right now. So okay, so now we're standing by for cams. Okay. All right, now we have a picture of the vehicle. We've got one less engine, but we've got a few seconds, and this only lasts for a few seconds. We got a few seconds of the vehicle.
Meanwhile.
Okay, and then we go back to the thing. Okay, 802 in the flight. 801, we've lost a second engine now.
Meanwhile,
this is the last picture you're going to see of the vehicle in one piece. I'll tell you that. There's some more video coming up of the vehicle, but it's not together anymore. The vehicle broke up.
That was absolutely insane.
So we've got this picture of the vehicle. So let's actually go back. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to where we lose that first engine. We're at 17,000. We're still gaining speed. Still gaining speed, and we're gaining altitude. We're at 142.
See just how small that catch fetting is too on something that's just
okay. We've lost the one engine. We're now at 19,000. We're still gaining altitude. Okay, so there's a picture. We go out. Now we're going to lose the second engine. There's the second engine gone. There's the third engine gone. Okay, so now these are Raptor engines, and then these are the bigger engines, which the Merlin engines. So you've got 3 Raptors and you've got 3 Merlins that are on Starship. This losing this engine right here. Now you think you've lost the 2 Raptors, which are the smaller engines. Now you've lost one of your main engines. So you are going now who knows where the vehicle's going to go. So wow, like I said, that was the last pictures we're going to see. And so we're at 811,
and this, of course,
812.
A gorgeous view there from the tower looking down at the top of the booster.
There goes the other one more Merlin engine is now gone. We're still getting telemetry. We're still getting telemetry, and now we've lost telemetry. So now all of the Raptors, all of the 2 Merlins are gone. And at 826, 820, let's see, when does it stop? 825 into the flight, we lose telemetry with the vehicle. And
by for views from the
I believe that this engine is probably gone.
That incredible sight. That is once again the second catch of a booster back at the launch tower. It was incredible to see it come back down.
It was incredible. This is an incredible feat, and you know, this is a success. Now let's take a peek at. So basically, what happens is, they lost the vehicle. They lost the Starship at some point in time. Now, did it have anything to do with the little flapper thing? I don't know. We will see. That is a possibility. Now, the preliminary, and let me find. Okay, so this is Elon's tweet. Post on X. Not a tweet anymore. Get that off there. Okay. Preliminary indication is that we had an oxygen fuel leak in the cavity above the ship engine firewall that was large enough to build pressure in excess of vent capacity. So you had some kind of either a liquid oxygen or a fuel leak that built up inside the cavity of the ship. Apart from obvious double checking for leaks, we will add fire suppression to that volume and probably increase the vent area. Nothing so far suggests pushing next launch past next month. So, so that's the preliminary thing. Now, we did see the little flappy thing. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but so what actually happened? This is what happened. So here is a thread with all the different videos coming in of Ship 33 breakup, and we'll go find some other ones too because it's pretty impressive. So basically, this thing got thrown offline. So here is a video. As you can see, we had a complete disintegration of the Starship vehicle, which basically made some very impressive fireworks over the Turks and Caicos. So most of these videos you're going to see are from Turks and Caicos, or down in that area. So let me just get my Google Earth up here so we can go look at one, see where that is. And then I also want to get up so what am I looking for? Hang on, sorry. Flight radar 24. That's what I want. Flight radar. All right. Okay, let me do something real quick. Oh, and of course that's got to load. So what this caused some issues though. The breakup of the Starship did cause some issues. And I'll show you why in a little bit. Basically what happened is when it got thrown, and this is my speculation, but basically there's a path that it was supposed to take. And when the engines got lost and it got thrown off its initial path, it went into some different flight areas that caused some issues. There were multiple planes that actually had to divert from their initial destination and land, because now you have debris coming back into the atmosphere and potentially could, if this debris gets caught up in an airplane, you're going to have a bad day. Everybody's going to have a bad day. And why are you not cooperating? There we go. Okay. So we got some other videos. Now we show this on stream. Here we go. Here is some pictures from probably Turks and Caicos. Another picture of Starship. This is another video. Kind of I mean, this is like a some of these videos, if you watch the No, no, that's everything's burnt up. This was hours ago, so everything is burnt up and has either landed in Puerto Rico or somewhere like that. So it was all south, basically. It was all over Puerto Rico kind of area. Puerto Rico, Turks and Caicos, British Island, the Virgin Islands, that area of the world is where this happened. So no, it's all either landed now or got burned up in the atmosphere. But if you remember the first of the latest Star Wars movies, the first one where they had the Star Killer base or whatever, this kind of reminds me of when they were firing the weapon to blow up Coruscant. That's what this kind of reminds me of. Get nerdy on you. So there's another video. And then I saw one video where, I'll try and find it here in a minute.
Either space debris or meteors, I don't know.
There's a lot of, you find some of these videos are like, they have no idea what's going on. They're like, what in the world? Is that fireworks? Is that... Imagine partying in the
I have no clue.
So this surprised a whole lot of people. Like, just people that had no idea that there was a space launch today. Okay, so here we go. The exact moment. This is most likely the exact moment when Starship 33 failed, or Starship 7. Right there. Watch that again. So that's most likely when it happened. Another one there.
What's a fire star? Whoa. That's like a falling star. No, it's not. But it looks so close. Is it far away?
So many, I love it. People have no idea what's going on. And there we have the explosion. Some of these, I'm just seeing some of these for the, oh wow, look at that. I'm just catching some of these for the first time. That is so crazy.
I don't know, but I'm kind of concerned about that. I don't know, but I'm kind
Yeah, look at that. Wow. This looks like one of those like iPhone, like quick iPhone videos. Like you take a picture and it's got the live thing. Let's see. Oof. So this is a different angle.
Where'd it go?
See, we got a flash there.
I see a little speck.
And there's another flash. Then you got little specks coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. There is, and there's the stuff entering the atmosphere. Wow.
Holy shit. Some of that debris could land on us. Yeah.
Wow, look at that. So you have the initial explosion. This video's got all of it. So you got the initial explosion, the breakup, and then you've got the parts like disappearing and then starting to hit the atmosphere and then burning up. Wow, I wish it was bigger. This is, I don't know, can I make it any bigger?
Where'd it go?
No, that made it smaller.
I see a little speck.
I didn't do it either.
Did it blow up?
So you got a little speck right there, a couple little specks,
It blew up.
and then you can start to see that stuff hitting the atmosphere.
Holy shit. Some of that debris could land on us.
And then it's making its big entrance. Wow. See all the little pieces burning as they hit, and then these must be those are the big chunks, basically. You got the little pieces and you got the big chunks.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That is so wild. Unbelievable. All right, what else? What other ones do we have? Do we have any more? Another one from Turks and Caicos.
What is that? Go to the bathroom. Close the lights. Daddy, go to the bathroom. Close the lights. When we get back, everyone will be frozen. What is that? Those are totally. What is that?
All these people are going to be finding out later that
Guys, what is that? What is that? That's awesome.
SpaceX, SpaceX giving you your vacation fireworks courtesy of our Starship program. So, and who knows, this based on videos, it seems to have fallen here. So Turks and Caicos, where is? Okay, so that's Haiti. Okay, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Turks and Caicos. So they're thinking around this area. Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. All right, this area here. So we have Dominican Republic, Haiti. So they're thinking somewhere in the West Indies is where a majority of that landed. This is where most of the videos were shot, the Turks and Caicos Islands. So yeah, and then like I said, it caused a bunch of planes to be diverted to, basically they were landing in the Dominican and the Virgin Islands, and a lot of them had to land like here. This airport was pretty busy. Punta Cana was pretty busy because any plane that had taken off that was headed to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, they were coming back. There were a lot of planes that had to circle back around. I don't know if there's a way to take this map back in time. Yeah. Playback. There we go. Okay. So let's see. 4. Okay. So this happened So we need to go back. What? 7, 2. We need to go back like 5 hours. 4, 3, 2. 11, 10. Yeah, let's go back to the 16th at 10. So let's see. Okay, so that plane's going to Miami. All right, everything's going okay. Let's keep an eye on this plane. Let's go ahead and speed up the timeline. Oh, 40. All right. Yeah. We got this guy, this guy. All right, let's see this one. Where's he going? He's going to Orlando. Kind of see what happens here. So this one is going to Atlanta. All right, we got a bunch of planes taking off. Move the timeline up. Oh, they're still all going. Move the timeline up. Let's see. Like I said, I was looking at it at the time, and there was a bunch of planes that had to start circling and stuff. So maybe I'm off a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I think that was after the time. Let's see. Maybe maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm not in the right time, but I thought I was. All right, let's try another hour. Nope. It really did screw up the airplane thing. I just don't have the right time. Okay, let's see. Let me try again here. January 16th. So it would have been, yeah, today's still the 16th. 2, 3. So currently it's like Currently it's 4:15. Okay, so we need to go back 5 hours. 4, 3, 3, 2. Okay, so maybe it was like 2200 or something. Let's see. Let's see what's going on there. Hit play. All right, there's 2100. Let's see. So we got. This is a cool website, though. I really like this website. All right, so. Those are still going. I know it caused a major snafu. It really did. I'm not making it up. I think the FAA even put out a warning. Maybe it was some of these other planes. I don't know. All right, I'm done. I'm done being goofy. All right. Let's find some more cool looking things. Oh, and you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Damn it. I forgot to share the tab. Oh, man, I hate when I do that. This is what I'm looking at. This was the, let's see. This was the flight radar at the time. Okay, here we go. Yep. Here we go. I found it. See this one? So look at this clearing out of, okay, so 2335. Okay, so 2305. Still, you got it started. Go back another hour. So look at all this traffic. Look at all this traffic right here. We got flights going all over the place. We got flights going to Miami. Okay. Then we have the issue. So let's go ahead and advance it. Now look at them clearing out this space right here. And then you got these planes doing loops. Like they are clearing out this airspace right here. So when that thing blew up, they had to clear out the airspace so none of these planes got into the debris field. So you can see these guys right here, like this one was supposed to be going to Atlanta. It's diverting to Miami. Well, it's diverting to Miami. This one's diverting to Santo Domingo, but you know, they can't all land at once. So they've got to do this. So you see this one is, I mean, this one's doing loops as well. It was supposed to go to Minneapolis. It's diverting to Miami, but it's got to go loop around here until they clear till the debris field clears. So yeah, it caused a major issue. So will that impact further? Will that impact further missions? I don't know. Now, some people are saying there was a fire, that you could see a fire in there. And let me share this. So this right here, a loop video.
Insane.
So if you look right in here, yeah, there's probably going to be some fines for this, I'm sure, especially there's going to be some making it right for the airlines. I'm sure that that's included in the thing. So, okay, we'll get back to, all right. So
Meanwhile,
right there, they're saying you can see flames starting inside here. And then that's what he was talking about, that there was a fuel leak.
Meanwhile,
Insane.
And there was a fuel leak or a fire inside there. And you can see some flames starting up inside the vehicle there. So I saw that on one of the broadcasts. And then this was the little floppy thing right there. again, another picture of. So, did this have something to do with it? I don't know. You know, it's hard to tell. I'm sure we'll hear about it. All right, let me hide that for a moment. Let's go back. And I'll just type in Starship, see if there's any newer videos that come out. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've seen this video before, but you gotta watch this one. Okay, here we go. Starship. Starship coming back to Earth in one of its early tests. And you see it's kind of tumbling. Oh, and it didn't get caught. Yeah, I like that video. Oh man. All right. One of the explosions. Hang on, let me fix something here. Rapid disintegration of the vehicle. Oh, okay. Here's a cool one from an airplane. View from the cockpit of one of the airplanes that's in the area. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh. And that looks, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It could be an airliner, it could be a private jet, but they're not far away. That's pretty close. This is a new one to me. I'd be like, air traffic control, we have a few anomalies that we are seeing. All right, anything? Oh, this is okay. So this is ah. Hang on. All right, so this is a side by side of the first catch and the second catch. So watch the fire on the one on the left too. If they keep up, nope, they didn't keep it up there. But that's kind of cool. And another Turks and Caicos one. I guess I don't need to do that every time. Hopefully there's no. You never know on this. Yeah, that plane that did look a little close. But you never know what you're going to find on X, and so I'm kind of just cautious. Like if I hide the stream, like I don't want to tumble across some OnlyFans, advertisement. Say, here's my spaceship. Come see my whatever. I don't need that. Nobody needs that. Incredible footage from today. Yes, I would say so. The landing and the takeoff. All right. So, okay. So that is Starship. And all right, now let's take it the other thing that happened in space, which was yesterday or last night, very late. Yet today on the East Coast, we had the Blue Origin rocket, the New Glenn, lifted off and actually orbited. And then I don't know, I think they lost So they lost the booster during descent. They were going to try and land it on a boat, and they didn't do that. And then I think second stage is in its final orbit following 2 successful burns of the BE-3U engine. The Pathfinder, so they weren't able to land it. Here is some of the. Oh my God! So this is kind of cool. It looks. Blue Origin looks very cool.
Body rate responses are nominal. Chamber pressures continue to look good.
Those little cones showing up on there are way cool.
End of roll, strakes are now level. Chamber pressures continue to look good.
So the Amazon rocket finally made it.
Quality looks good coming down from maneuver to point down range. Body rate responses are nominal. Chamber
Bezos' Amazon rocket was a little delayed, but we're used to that. We are definitely used to that from Amazon now. So yes, it took a little longer than normal, but you finally got your delivery. Oh man. So I mean, there's some really cool pictures of it though. This is another. There we go. Early this morning. It was funny. They had the countdown. The countdown was going on, and then all of a sudden they lost. They had to stop the countdown because there was a boat that came in. It's launching from Cape Canaveral, so it's right on the coast. And there was a boat that came into their exclusion zone, and so they had to go kick the boat out of the area. Another view of the launch. Slowed down, obviously. We got the slow motion launch. That looks cool. So they made it into orbit on their first launch of their vehicle. So that is cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, we had a couple of interesting space days. It'll be interesting to see what happened with the Starship, and then yeah, the fallout and the outcome from. I'm not sure how many planes had to divert because of the. Let's see if what the FAA statement was. I know the FAA came out with a statement. Oh, okay. Well, that's exciting. The FAA is aware of an anomaly occurred during the SpaceX Starship Flight 7 mission that launched from Boca Chica, Texas on January 16th. The FAA is assessing the operation and will issue an updated statement. All right. Well, thanks for that, FAA. Appreciate it. Oh. Let's see. Is there anything new? No. All right. Just look latest just to make sure. Okay, here's another little statement. The FAA briefly slowed and diverted aircraft around the area where space vehicle debris was following. Normal operations have resumed. A debris response area is activated only if the space vehicle experiences anomaly with debris falling outside of the identified closed aircraft hazard areas. It allows the FAA to direct aircraft to exit the area and prevent others from entering. The FAA confirmed that there was debris outside of the hazard areas. So they establish a zone of where if there is a mishap, then it should be captured. And the downrange hazard area wasn't a closed airspace. Debris falling outside the closed airspace, what we would expect. So they identified the zone, which is right here. And they had debris kind of falling outside of it. So we'll see. I mean, somebody made a good point right there that the FAA is licking their chops right now. They're probably ground Starship as they go through an exclusive, an exhaustive interview. So, but we'll see. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's still politics, right? And we do have an upcoming change in administration and a change in FAA leadership. So not to say that it shouldn't be investigated, because it absolutely should. But I know SpaceX will, they take this stuff seriously. So they're going to figure out what happened. They're going to figure out what went wrong and figure out a way to mitigate it in the future. So yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, that was space, the final frontier. What? Okay. Moss Landing. What is? This just popped up on my feed as I got here, as I went out of here. A power plant is on fire somewhere. Okay, so this is supposedly a battery fire at Moss Landing Power Plant, which I don't know where that is. I guess this is near California. Is this California? Yeah, California. Okay. So this should be the Moss Landing power plant right here. Yeah, there's those two columns. And there's probably your batteries. This is your battery storage area. So most likely the fire would be right here. Wow. All right. Major fire at Moss Landing Power Plant, largest on the West Coast at Monterey Bay. Huge Tesla battery. Yeah, so this is a Tesla Mega Pack installation. Oh, Tesla, not having the best of days. All right, let's see. Can we see it from the road? No. This is the power plant. Okay. Go back. So this right here is this is a big Mega Pack installation. Yeah, that's a huge, huge one. Let's see. Oh, you could just barely see them right there. But yeah, it looks like they are on fire. That's not good. Because it takes a lot to put out damn battery fires. And it burns really, really hot. And more. Fire at Moss Landing Power Plant triggers evacuation orders in Monterey County. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there's a. You might have already seen this one, but. Not a good thing. Not the best of happenings. This was an hour ago. All right, hang on while I let the dogs in that are barking. What?
Moss Landing.
Oh, you like that beach?
Yeah, I went there multiple times.
Oh, Kat went to the beach there multiple times when she lived in Northern California all those many years ago. It's between Santa Cruz and Monterey. Ah. Oh, gotcha. There is the plant again. So yeah, it's oops. More. Oh, the avocado capital of the world.
And not avocado, sorry, artichoke.
Oh, artichokes. Artichokes.
Those vents. This is the scene now over here at the Vistra energy storage facility at the former Moss Landing power plant. This thing is exploding. Look at that. It's just lighting up the night sky, and there's a huge plume of smoke over here. That advisory they issued earlier, that's definitely going to have to change. Because if you recall, back in 2-3 years ago, they had a fire at the PG&E Tesla facility that forced the closure of Highway 1 and a shelter-in-place order. As far as we know, that has not been issued at this time. And this fire is much worse than what we saw back then when they closed the highway. And oh my God, look at that! Look at that! And just a short while ago, okay, now we have a lot of crews. There's no sirens, but flashing lights. Pan to your left. This fire on their way. Okay, get back on the fire. Look at that.
Yeah, Felix,
Dummies.
This is actually visible from all over.
We've been.
Go ahead.
No, we've been told that a short while ago that we're standing on private property. We've been told to leave. I'm going to have to find another vantage point, and I don't mind doing that because honestly I don't feel safe this close to this facility. Incredible.
That's not good.
There's a natural gas facility, but this fire, as I understand, Felix, is burning in the battery storage area, which brings in a whole different dimension because we're talking about burning lithium-ion.
Wow. Okay, so here's.
Oh, go ahead,
Okay,
please.
go ahead,
do that first. Yeah.
Yep. So Dan and Aaron, I'm joined by County Supervisor Glenn Church, who represents this area. And Glenn passed by here shortly before we went on air at 5 o'clock. And Glenn, when you drove up, we were looking at a much different scenario.
That looks a
Now
little.
we've got this.
These guys are a little close. I mean, he's a little close to the action
Well, you're
there.
right. When we were talking earlier, the smoke seemed to be dissipating. It looked like what was going on was going to be under control. This is clearly worst case scenario. The flames are up here hundreds of feet. It's a very severe situation.
Severe, scary.
So he's
It has
just
to be,
beeping.
there
Oh
has
my
to be some
gosh.
concern. We've been trying to reach out to county leaders. Have you been in contact with them? I know Hazmat showed up. Have they made any decision, or are they planning to make any decision to change the theme out here from like stay indoors, close your windows? Could we be looking at a mandatory shelter in place? I know we've already closed part of the highway.
I think we're going to be having some information we're going to be releasing very shortly on those particulars out that. Right now, I'd recommend people keep their, the windows closed. This is obviously a very important thing to do. What we do have right now is that, North County Fire is in the lead, but it's also a unified command with the Sheriff's Office and Vistra, which is the operation facility here. So we have the county's, all its emergency officials on 24/7 standby at this point. There's going to be a command center sent up very shortly. It's a very, very serious matter. And we're very concerned.
All right. Well, I mean, it still looks like it's like, from what I can see, people posting, it's still going on. Like there's recent posts of people. Like this one here is 58 minutes ago, 57 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah, telling people to keep their windows closed, but they're standing outside right next to the damn thing. Keep your windows closed. Yeah. This was 8 minutes ago, but that's the wow. Crazy stuff going on. Look at that. I'm almost out of water again. Okay, what else we got? All right, stop sharing that. Oh. We still got I think we're going to have the fallout from the fires in California is going to take a long time before we even know. But this was 21 days. 21 days prior to the fires. Los Angeles fire personnel jammed into LA Fire Commission meeting with a dire warning about the consequences of Karen Bass's budget cuts. Residents of Los Angeles are going to pay the ultimate sacrifice, and someone will die. Let's take a listen.
The ultimate sacrifice, and someone will die.
Just last month,
that's
fire
what I said.
personnel packed an LA Fire Commission
That's
meeting.
what I just read. Okay.
If we
hang on.
cut one position, if we close one station, if we close one resource, the residents of Los Angeles are going to pay the ultimate sacrifice, and someone will die.
Just last month, fire personnel packed an LA Fire Commission meeting, begging the city to rethink the budget.
These cuts came at exactly the wrong time, with calls for services at an all-time high and our firefighters at their breaking point.
We are straining our department's resources beyond the brink, and we cannot continue on this path.
City Councilwoman Tracy Park was there too.
If we cut one position.
So they all knew what was coming. They were warned. And so here, let's see, what else do I got here? This was, oops, Ba-doo.
That support DEI, said the firefighter. So we'll go with a vendor that we have to pay twice as much, or the shipment may take twice as long in order for it to be a DEI vendor rather than a vendor who has
Be right back.
the price and get it to us tomorrow. The whistleblower said that DEI programs put firefighters and the public in danger. I personally witnessed in my own drill tower them making and passing women just to get their female quota numbers, even though they didn't have to meet all the criteria that men did. When asked what those criteria were, the person said a certain amount of push-ups, holding a certain size hose line, throwing a certain ladder. We no longer require 2 firefighters to be able to throw a 35-foot ladder because of the amount of women that were failing that. So now it's just a 3-person ladder. We no longer require that as a job requirement. In the field, that doesn't work because we don't have enough people to spare when a fire is happening to just throw 1 ladder. The DEI programs are also expensive. They distract attention away from preventing and fighting fires, and they result in the fire department hiring unqualified people, according to multiple whistleblowers. Do we really need to sink millions a year into DEI? I don't think so. Another reason is corruption, which drains money from the city's coffers, including for firefighting. The FBI frequently catches business people, including housing developers, as well as homeless service providers, who get money from the city by bribing members of the LA City Council and LA Board of Supervisors, either directly or indirectly through family members or campaign donations. Last year, a federal court sentenced a city council member to 13 years in prison for taking $1.5 million in bribes from real estate developers who sought favorable treatment. They gave him envelopes full of cash, luxury trips, and prostitutes. In exchange, he stalled homeless projects that may have helped bring people inside. There are many such cases. In 2020, an LA City Council member pled guilty to lying to investigators in a corruption case. In 2023, an LA supervisor was convicted of fraud and bribery and sentenced to 42 months in prison. Another city council member is currently being prosecuted for theft by embezzlement, perjury, and conflict of interest. There's also a perfectly legal version of this corruption. It's pay to play, explained Soledad Ursua, a member of the Venice Neighborhood Council. The politicians award contracts to
Yep.
nonprofit homeless
This
providers,
all happens.
and they then make campaign donations. If you're not making a campaign contribution, you are simply not going to get those contracts. However, those nonprofits may skirt the law later by hiring the family and friends of the elected leader. The crime for which the city council member was sentenced to 42 months in prison involved his son. There could be other family members.
That's twice now.
Being paid by nonprofits.
That's twice now I've muted my mic and remembered to turn it back on and not crinkled the bottle in your ear. Yes.
Many times, said Ursula, council members give nonprofits the land of a property for free so they can build a homeless project. But that land has tremendous value. It's a major contribution that a private developer would never get. In return, the nonprofit and all of their employees make political donations to the politician.
Yep.
And there is also evidence of employees of homeless service providers stealing money directly. In 2021, the Attorney General of California charged 2 employees of the Los Angeles-based nonprofit People Assisting the Homeless, PATH, with 56 felony charges for allegedly embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars. They did so allegedly by submitting fraudulent referrals and assistance requests for individuals who were not actually homeless.
Taking my medication.
A recent independent city audit found that the city's Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, known as LAHSA, which gives away $900 million in homeless contracts per year, had effectively given away tens of millions and perhaps hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts without ever evaluating how the money was spent.
And none of this went to firefighting. None of this went to like getting your reservoirs full of water, or, you know, making sure you got enough trucks, making sure you got enough hydrants.
And obviously,
it all goes to special interest groups.
Wasn't spent well, since homelessness increased by 37% since 2017.
Yep.
As such, many LA politicians have a personal self-interest in increasing homelessness. More homeless equals more government jobs, said Ursua. They are influencing politicians, writing bond measures, and ultimately creating more revenue streams and jobs for themselves. That's why
Yes.
it's the homeless industrial complex, she said.
It's the same thing. You have people, I mean, the people that run these homeless things, they get out of government. It's the same people that get out of government from the military and go to defense contractors. These same people run a government agency for a while and then go to an NGO and run that for a while. It's the same cycle, the same revolving door of government to private, or, in this case, 501c3s or nonprofits, which are anything but.
Corruption is entrenched in the county board and city council. One homeless service provider told me that the former supervisor who went to prison for 42 months had told them, you gotta fit in to get in. Part of the way the corrupt members of the city council and board of supervisor get away with it is by intimidating potential critics and whistleblowers with accusations, almost always false, of racism. 4 focus groups conducted in 2022 with voters revealed that the white voters felt strongly that they should vote for the black female candidate over the white male candidate for racial reasons. But beyond corruption is mismanagement, and that was apparent with the draining of the Santa Ynez Reservoir near the Pacific Palisades fire. And it is apparent with the city's creation of incentives for the homeless to come to LA and live on the streets in the first place.
Exactly.
The result has been a city overwhelmed. In 2023, the city allocated $1.3 billion to homelessness programs, and yet over $500 million of those funds were unspent due to bureaucratic delays and inefficiencies, according to the city controller's report. The city will...
Crazy. That is just so crazy. Why? Why is my background all goofy? Look at that. Oh no. All right, I have to. Oh, my light's out. Hang on. There it is. When Nara freaked out, she turned my light off for some reason somehow. So we're back. There we go. All right. Making it good. Okay. Yeah, California's a mess. That's just all there is to it. I mean, that mayor they have, that, like, the mayor and the governor just both need to go. They really just both need to resign. The stuff that old Newsom is doing is just gross. I mean, all he's doing is going on podcasts and yelling that, about Republicans, and yeah. This was, let's see, what is these? Oh, hang on, let me get it on the right format. Copy link. Let me see what I got here. This looks like a Crowder thing here. Oh, no, I didn't want that one. One moment, please. Please stand by. Please stand by. This one. All right. Okay, I'll watch that later. I don't want to watch this whole thing. Is there anything that actually shows him being weirdo in here? Oh, there's a song. Okay. Oh, there was a thing where supposedly he went to he had a drinking problem many years ago, and he said he was going to rehab, and instead of going to rehab, he never went to rehab. He never actually went to rehab, and but the news folks all said, "Oh yeah, he went to rehab. He went to rehab," and then it came out like many years later. No, I never went to rehab. I quit drinking on my own. See if I can find that. I thought that's just an interesting thing, right? Like the media will cover for you and cover for you and cover for you. But so they'll cover for him and cover for him and cover for him, and they'll actually say, "Oh yeah, he went to rehab," and then it turns out, no, I never went to rehab. I did it on my own. I quit on my own. It's like, what? Yep. This is right here. Gavin Newsom lies about going to rehab after he's caught in an affair. So let's see. Gavin Newsom, what a disgrace, cheating his wife with his buddy's wife. Pathetic. And then he tries to fool everyone with a fake rehab stint. I wish there was a story associated with this, but there's not. Oh, there we go. Lies about going to rehab. I mean, just, yeah, he's so mad now. And like, and he's just going on these podcasts, and the little dancing thing he was doing, like, it's so weird. Yeah, this. All right. This is kind of funny, actually. Okay, I kind of enjoyed that. No, oh, you didn't hear it? Damn it. All right, hang on. Shit. All right, we'll try that again with sound this time. You heard it that time, yeah. All right. This was the actual
governor down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns.
What is that?
Speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those.
What does that mean? So he talked to the governor of Hawaii about speculators coming in and buying up properties, and we're going to talk to our legal teams about. He didn't make it sound like, he makes it sound like that's what he's going to want to do.
I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor
So there's no way that the governor of Hawaii did right by the people of Lahaina. So you're going to use him as an example?
Down in Hawaii, you had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
These people. And then the mayor of, let's look at, it turns out that there was just show this on stream. Here is Karen Bass at a cocktail party in Africa as Pacific Palisades was burning. So she knew that there was fire danger. She left Los Angeles knowing there was a high chance of horrific fires due to the forecast. And while the worst blaze in LA history is raging, she was at a cocktail party where she decided not to leave Ghana promptly and didn't return to LA for over a day after the fires were raging. And she has no thanks. So, I mean, she knew how bad this could be, and she still decided to go on this trip. And then as the fires were raging,
looking back, would you have taken that trip overseas?
You know, I am going to focus today
but please,
on what we know.
Can I ask you one question about round?
she's, I mean, these people just like it's true. They hate you. They don't like you at all. They don't like society. Her specifically does not like capitalism, and she thinks it's her place to do everything she can to destroy it. That is her goal. Whatever and however they can. Karen Bass is director of community engagement. They actually posted photos of the mayor at a cocktail party while stuff was going around. So not only did she delete the photos, she deleted her entire Instagram account and then took the photos down from her LinkedIn too. It's like, oh my good grief. You're kidding me, you dumb people. It's just so amazing. So there's more to come. There's a lot more to come about the fires. It's not over. I mean, we're just starting. I mean, it's going to be a week, they said, before people could even get back into their house. Oh, my goodness. All right. I think I'm going to call it tonight on that lovely note. Gosh darn it. I wish there was more good news out there. So, all right. Mel Gibson did make a joke because we'll leave on the Mel Gibson joke. So he was asked by Trump to be a Hollywood ambassador, a special ambassador to Hollywood. So we've got Mel Gibson and Stallone and one other person. And he did. His house burned down in a fire. So as I heed the call, my duty as a citizen is to give any help and insight I can. Any chance the position comes with an ambassador's residence was his question. So he's still got a bit of a sense of humor, even though his entire property is gone. Who was the other? There were two. And then, yeah, we got the inauguration coming up on Monday. So might have to have a special Monday stream. We'll see. I know we got Mel. Okay, so Mel Gibson, John Voight, and Sylvester Stallone. Trump just named John Voight, Mel Gibson, and Sylvester Stallone as special ambassadors to Hollywood. So, a week ago, an action movie written by Sylvester Stallone dropped their trailer. It's about human trafficking run by corrupt government officials and the mob. Ooh, cool. All right. So, yeah, maybe once I get my trailer out there in a couple episodes of my show, somebody will pick it up. I don't know. We'll see. I got to get it done. All right. I need to get that done ASAP. All right. So what's coming up? My light's going off again. Maybe I'm running over the light. Oh, I think I'm running over the light. Something's going on with my light. I don't know why it keeps going off. Anyway. So, tomorrow night, we'll have the whole crew together. Saturday, I will be on my other channel, my AK Robbie, AKROBBY, for the 24 hours of Daytona sim racing, which I will be racing in. So yes, I'm actually probably will go do some laps tonight as some more practice to get ready for the event. So yes, I will be live. I will post a link probably on this channel, just on the main channel there, and in Twitter, or X. So keep an eye out for that. And we will be racing on Saturday. And then yeah, we'll be back next week. Maybe we'll do a Monday stream for the inauguration. I'm not sure what time. What time is the inauguration event? So let's look. Inauguration schedule. So I don't know. Do I need to take a schedule of events? Okay, so 12 p.m. Eastern is the swearing in ceremony, which is 8 a.m. my time. So, yeah. And then Monday night, we have got the college football championship game with Ohio State and Notre Dame. So, sorry, chewing on my nails. So, okay, Monday at 8 a.m. Alaska time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we will have the presidential inauguration swearing-in ceremony. Then there'll be events all day long. So, yeah, we'll probably check in maybe Monday night, or maybe I'll work from home. Maybe we'll do it live. Who knows? We'll see. I'll see what I can do. Might be fun just to watch the inauguration online here. So, okay, that is all. Ohio, that's right. OHIO. All right, have a wonderful night. We'll see you tomorrow night, Northland, Friday night with the whole crew. We'll be live. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a blast. We'll see you later.